way back on Mathematic 2. The game actually got to name them. Big Boutte is a Highling cleric that we found in the game. It's a good name. And the fact that he has 69 hit points is a coincidence, but it's still a pretty funny coincidence. We've entered the code. Because of your superior intellect and diligence, you have saved Kron and all of its warrants. This ship, created by the ancients, is a grand experiment designed to populate this distant world. Prepare to beam down in Might and Magic 3. It's here, on the floor. I didn't see it. Thank you, my friends. You have banished chaos and rejected the false path of uncompromising order. Under the weight of the evidence and from the skilled pressure tactics of your lawyer, Lucas breaks down and admits to their crime. Congratulations, Ace. I think we're having a real moment here. I've changed my mind. I can't give her up. You can have your money back. How could I sell something so dear? And again, a deal's a deal, right? Right? Catch you later. Good luck. Enjoy. I'm out of here. Let's pick up the bottle of grog here. Pick up the root beer. Use the root beer with the jug. Apparently root beer works very well. We get to see an instant replay. And a view from the blimp as well. I wonder what would happen if I tore the leg off this thing. Ark.
You have a reservation. Madre de Dios, es el cuello diablo.
Man, I'm ready for you.
Yeah. Here it goes.
Enter visualization request.
Let's try it in the other order.
Test subject code accepted. 6452331 recognized. Beginning message.
Grand experiment of the ancients to use the technology of elemental manipulation to create a completely viable ecological and social microcosm. This microcosm was then to be transported to a distant biosphere, Terra, to supplant its indigenous ecosystem. The need was acknowledged for a central controlling unit capable of compensating for expected anomalies.
Well struck. That looks like a fatal blow.
Yeah, die.
My death will not save you from our wrath.
Are you going to plug me into Link, sir? I hope you know what you're doing.
Give No idea what we're doing. But,
Something is happening, I think. Yes, I'm gaining control. I found my destiny, Mr. Foster.
goals in the middle. Perhaps we didn't even need to know that. The yellow crystal is over on the left side. And the blue one is on the right side. Switch to Annie. Have her pull the lever to close the trapdoor. Have her push the switch on this side. Switch to Zack. Have him push the switch on this side. On our way through this wall. Another mini boss. Welcome in, guys. Where's the chat gone? There it is. Welcome in. Another night with Betrayal at Krondor. Part 17 of our playthrough, now in chapter 7 out of the total of 9 chapters that are in this game. It's taking us a fair amount of time to stream this game, probably longer than I expected when I started it, but I'm guessing we have at least 6 or 7 more streams to go until we wrap it up. Yeah. Sadly, the Wednesday streams have become quite difficult for me. My wife is doing a course at the university, and her projects are due on Wednesday nights, so she's usually very busy. There's always something that comes up, and I keep skipping the Wednesday streams, which is relatively annoying, but it is the way it is. Won't last forever. Oh, the game is loaded and ready to go. Yeah, life keeps getting in the way, that's for sure. It's, for once, I can give Brother Bill a shout out. You should go follow Brother Bill. He's usually not on in my time zone, but he might be in yours. And he's been streaming lots of Amiga stuff. Ah yes, Marble Madness. A great game. I think I was actually in that stream. You got the C64, okay. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the various emulation-based machines. So there was quite a bit of debate on whether they had actually paid the developers of the emulator they were using, or even given them a slight contribution of some sort. I have no problem with commercial projects using open source code, but I sort of feel they should be contributing a little bit at least of the profits back into the open source community, so the people that are actually working on this code benefit from the sales. Seems sort of weird to just use someone's project and stick all the profits into your own pocket. They're nice anyway. At the end of last stream, we actually managed to finish up chapter 6. So now we are in chapter 7. We just started. Our task for this chapter is apparently to destroy some sort of war machine that they've built. And, we start somewhere on a pretty weird place on the map. We seem to be here in the middle of the map. When we left, we were basically here. We were in this forested area, or rather, we were here. Sorry, we were in this forested area. That was the events of chapter 6 took place, but now we're here. Of course, we have no idea where we're going, and we've, as has happened many times in the game so far, swapped out the crew once more. We have James and Locklear again, as well as our good friend Petrus, who is a decently good mage, but terrible in every other sense. Now, he has some spells, but we just recently gained a lot of new spells. Hey there, Macho, welcome in. Recently gained a whole bunch of things that we could have used, but now we've lost the main spellcaster of the crew, and we've swapped it out for Petrus. Such is life, I guess. Guess we should get going. Those guys look like fun. Headed for what seems like a massive battle here. Probably unbeatable. Yeah. Guessing that's not the way to go. Yeah, later, Sinlo. Thanks for stopping by, saying hello. You sleep well. Some sort of river over on this side. Guess we could go in the opposite direction and go over that bridge. Petrus was beginning to look pale. James felt a little guilty for having dragged the magical advisor along on such an extended mission. But since he had no knowledge whatsoever of magic, Prince Ruth had thought it wise to at least have him take a look at the alien rift machine. None of them had counted on was that they would have been making much of their journey on foot. For days they had ridden at panicked pace, astride 3 of the finest chargers lent from the stables at Northwarden. Driven too hard for too long, the horses had all died within hours of one another, expiring long before they had reached the outer rim of dim-moved forest. They had been forced to walk, sneaking past a patrol of goblins who were taking up a defensive position on the road leading north out of Dimwood. Now far behind enemy positions and without quick transport, they had a very difficult task ahead of them. So nothing much to accomplish. Find something the size of a man in the whole of Dimwood shouldn't be too difficult. not the most difficult thing Garud has ever had us do. Remember that berry hunt we went on after the Rift War? Very nearly wouldn't have found them if we hadn't realized the rainfall had been heavier that year. Just sorry we had to drag poor old Petrus along on this one. You worry about your own skills, you whelps. I can run with the best of them, and you two ain't no exception. Get runny nosed on me and I'll brain the both of you. Better listen to me, Jimmy, he's a killer. He is most certainly not a killer. If he was armed only with his staff, it would take him 359 turns each battle to kill a single opponent. So a killer he is not. I believe you're right. So what do you think we should start looking for this rift machine? Your guess would be as good as mine. Since we just came from the north, I'd say it's good bet it isn't up there somewhere. That still leaves east, west, south, and everything in between. Spitting fish in a barrel. That being the case, I suppose we should just try to be as systematic as possible. I say we make a sweep east, then maybe move to the south or the west. East, why? West seems as good a direction. Not sure, but the instinct that's telling me east is the same one that's kept me alive this long, and I've learned not to ignore it. If you've got a better idea, I'll follow your lead. East it is. East it is. Over the bridge. That's where we were going anyway. That's where we were headed anyway. Let's see. Some sort of box here. Unsurprisingly, it's trapped. And this is why we save. This is what is known as a glory hand, although glory hands were greatly coveted by witches of various ilks. Locklear wished only to put the horrid thing down. Poked at the mummified form, bits of yellowed bone showed through cracks in the blackened flesh. The only certain sign the head had once belonged to a human. Lovely. The Ring of Krondor. Usual. I can't access the inventory for some weird reason. Let me quit out of the game. Go back in. See if that fixes the issue with not being able to access the inventory. Kind of weird. It's like it always right clicks. Now I can. Weird. I'm fairly certain I had a Ring of Krondor. Yeah, one with 2 charges. I'll leave that here and pick this one up instead. We'll continue heading eastward. See where that takes us. value tons. He forgot to concentrate. Some mana potion. We can always use that. The small dwelling was abandoned. This was more a shelter against the wind than anything else. James said, looking around, he commented, judging by the shape it's in, I'd say no one has actually lived here for some time. Fine. On we go. How are we doing on Russians, by the way? Okay-ish. I don't know, bowmen in this group. We have poisonous squirrels. Make use of them. Now Petrus has already taken something like 40 damage, although he's barely been in the fight 2 seconds. And in addition to that, he's also poisoned. He's a massive burden in all of these fights. It's just the way it is. He is able to cast some spells though, which can certainly prove useful in the few occasions that he's actually able to cast them. Let's go after this bowman before he poisons someone else. See how much anti-venom we have. We only have 3. We'll restore and see if we can't do this without poisoning him. So quite a bit easier if we can. Let's go after the bowman first. Try to get out of the range as much as we can. Now, one nice thing that we can actually take advantage of in the game is that just as we can't use any ranged skills once we're in hand-to-hand, the enemy can't either. So once you run up to the bowman, they can no longer use their bows, which means they can't use their poisonous arrows. Hello 48k RAM. Happy Friday to you as well. Fixing a toilet, that sounds fun. So one could say that this day has been full of shit for you. We got poisoned anyway. Let's see if we can try this one more time. That's what you come here for, the terrible jokes. Right? That and the unbeatable battles, yeah. This one isn't actually too bad. We're just being extra careful on trying not to get poisoned as well. So we can barely afford it. We only really have one anti-venom, and I really don't know how far away a shop where I could perceivably get another one might be. Probably quite some distance away. Take the key. Are we doing on armor? Okay-ish. It's with a little repairing. Okay. Weapon wise, these the characters from this crew aren't too badly off. They're certainly in many ways better than the other crew. 25 plus curl plus skill. This one. It's also this one, right? Yeah. Oh, it's James. The same, right? His is 48%. This one is 84. Mm-hmm. We throw this one into the bag. We take this one instead. 19 poisoned arrows, 20. Don't really need anymore. What's this again? Anapta. Did we have any of it? We actually have none of it, so relatively useful. We'll take it. How many charges in this one? 18. How about this one? 9, but still. Why are we checking this along? 30. This one is triple blast. Why are we carrying this Yuliko armor around? It's at least something we could potentially get rid of at some point. We run out of space, which seems inevitable. Now, do we go here, or do we slightly change that direction and try to slightly head south here and head full on east in this direction? Some boxes here which somewhat suggest that we're might be on the right path. Let's cast a spell so we can sense whether these are trapped, but they're not. It's one of those urethral boxes. None of them knows how to learn or how to understand Moritral, but we had a spell. All about the house with his lady he dances, yet he always works and never romances. That's probably a broom. And it is. Yeah, some of those silly children riddles, some of them seem so easy, but others, these are absolutely useless. So might as well just transfer all of these and take these instead. This armor is relatively useless. So is this bow. Yeah, the difficulty, the thing is that nothing is difficult if you know the answer. So they're all pretty much they're easy enough if you've heard them. They're largely children's riddles and ones that I might not necessarily have heard. Pounds all day, beats all night, never rests. Is this the wind? Oh, it's not the wind. Not a great deal of letters, however. Only 4 letters. What could this possibly be? Starts with an A, a W, an M, or an S. There's no N. Is it a wave? Oh, there's no F. There's no E either. I was going to say. What could this possibly be? Any ideas from chat other than 48k RAM? Most of these combinations seem unlikely. This looks like one of those that we're actually going to Google. We Googled a few of these. We just can't figure out. I would think this was a heart, but it has not enough letters in it. The wave was one thing that occurred to me, and now that I see it, I'm fairly sure what it actually is. It's not a wave, it's surf. Surf and turf. Makes sense. Okay, lots and lots of restoratives. This is where I get rid of this armor. We take these restoratives. Here's the stuff to poison the blades, and the anti-venom, some herbal packs. Quite a bit of rations as well. Should probably try to clean things up. I'll drop this piece of armor as well. So take as much food as we can. We had the right idea, but not the right word, yeah. One more of these remaining. Spell has run out. All across the countryside, to front doors he travels, but you never invite him in. That's wind, right? No. All across the countryside, to front doors he travels. Why doesn't he travel to front doors in towns? Although it doesn't explicitly say that he doesn't do that in towns. It's G and C and P and F for the first one. For the second one, it's I, L, R and A. And for the third one, hey, that bloody cutters will come in. For the third one, it's C, T, O and L. And for the fourth one, it's H, Y, M and L. It's not Gaul, call, Paul or fall. It's not Phil, Gil, Sil or Pill either. It's path. The unseen. How many touches in these? 24, 24, and 9. 20 and 10. Do we have any space here? Yes, we do. Might shift this. Take the scroll instead. Then what we'll do, we'll learn the scroll. And then it doesn't take up any space anymore. We need to recast the spell again. Yeah, good night for JK Ram. Thanks for coming in. At least your toilet is fixed. You can go enjoy your break. Now we rest until we able to recover the magical points that we spent on casting the Moritral reading magic. And then we continue eastbound. This is not scalable, so guess we have to go around. That's Duke Martin. James and Locklear, what are you guys doing here? Prince Arutha told us that a Surani magician has given over a rift machine to the Moritral for use in this battle. We've come down here to locate and destroy it before Telegram can get full use of it. How did you get here? We never saw you at the castle. When a portion of the Southern Arrow Company began to fall back from northward, and I decided to follow after them and make sure they weren't up to any mischief. As you might have guessed, they had that infernal machines seen of theirs set up a few miles to the north. But they spotted me and assumed that I was a human mercenary that was slacking behind. So you played along. I went through the gate and ended up here. How did you know you wouldn't end up in Sarsagoth? I didn't, but I was surrounded by Moritral. I imagined that my best hope for survival lay on the other side of wherever that door led. Whenever we emerged here, I told the captain I had to rejoin my unit and I was off. There were a few close moments along the way, but I won free at last. Why didn't you try to destroy it? I thought about it, but the device was surrounded by Moritral at the time, so I decided I'd try to gather some help. You three are the first humans I've seen in a week. Rift machine. Relative to where we are now, where is the rift machine? Is it nearby? I'm not as sure. To escape the Moritral camp, I slipped under a stack of canvas bags in the back of a supply wagon they brought with them. After we had traveled for a few hours, they pulled over for a nature break and I was able to get away. I do recall hearing water as we were moving out, however. If you were near a waterfall or a river, at least that gives us an idea of where we can start our search. Anything else we should know? Listening to the wagon drivers talk, I get the feeling I wasn't the only unexpected visitor through that machines of theirs. Apparently some rebel Moritral chieftain came through and caused them a good deal of grief, then headed south towards where one of the warlords is staging for the attack on Sethanon. They were none too happy about him being on the loose. I'm hoping I can find him myself so I can ask him a few questions. Any idea who this warlord in the south is? I believe it's Delegan's son, Morulf. I thought, though I couldn't be certain of it. They were banting about names so fast. I was having a little trouble understanding all of it. My Moritral isn't all it used to be. What is it with Sethanon and the Moritral? This is the second time they've attacked there, and I never understood why they struck 10 years ago. There's nothing in Sethanon but a heap of ruins. At least the last time we had an army to get in their way. Even at a forced march, Prince Arutha's men can't get here for another few days, and they'll be exhausted once they arrive. Now that I think of it, why is Delacan bringing an army if he expected to arrive at Sethanon behind our lines? He could simply walk in, take what he wants, and turn around and walk through the drift gate without a scratch unless he expected someone else to be there. Who does he think will be at Sethanon? What does it mean? It means they didn't get what they came here for last time they raided. It also means that Delacan has been watching Sethanon for quite some time, possibly as long as the end of the last battle. He knows Squire Philip's men will be in the way. Squire Philip's men, what would the Squire be doing leading a counterattack? It would take me too long to explain it to you at the moment. Suffice to say, I don't think Delacan and his men will be having a good day once they get to Sethanon. If we're lucky, they will be deterred long enough for Arutha to start nibbling away at their flanks. The one major advantage I can see in our favor is that we and the Moritral are at equal disadvantage. Neither of us will have a clear supply of materials. They will have to hold some of theirs out so they can retreat to the northlands when the time comes. If they intend on retreating, they didn't seem to be too interested in it the last time they came. A bit of advice though. If we come across any food, I'd suggest holding on to it. We found several of their food caches and poisoned them as we did at North Wathen, with two armies marching through here at the same time. I imagine food is about to get scarce, and unpleasant an option as it may seem. You may have to resort to taking food of dead Moritral. Yeah, we've done that many times before. I have absolutely no issue doing that. We're headed south now. I should be heading east though, and there are more boxes here. More puzzles. How lovely. We travel much, yet prisoners are in close confined to boot. Yet with any horse we will keep pace and always go on foot. So is this something that's actually on the horse itself? It's not saddle that's too long, and it's not a horseshoe that's not long enough. Shoe is too long, and horseshoe is nowhere long enough. It's not the rein either. It's no R. It's not hoof. Guess it could be shoes, but it's not. Prisoners and closely confined. Closely confined to what? On foot, but they will keep pace with a horse. It's not wagon, although that would sort of make sense. Technically that would always be on wheels. Can't imagine what this could possibly be. I think we're going to have to Google this one as well. Yeah, I was sort of right about it belonging to the horse. It's a word I didn't think of. Spurs. It's the tattletale milk. We can combine that. Okay. On we go. There's another chest here. When people come for me to meet, they come to me with heavy feet. The one I hold when I get my chance will turn and spin and start to dance. What the hell is this? Seven-letter word. Weird combination of letters as well. could this possibly be? Turn and spin and start to dance. Why do they come to them with heavy feet? Think that this would be some sort of a whirlwind or a vortex or a hurricane or something of that nature. That's not the case. Something entirely different. Can't for the life of me imagine what this would possibly be. Right, we're going to have to Google this one as well. We're nearly there. It's gallows. Really not a lot in here. Mostly monetary value. I think the relatively easy ones have the things that you very desperately need. Yeah, the pretty tough ones have some optional extras. So are we now close to where we're actually supposed to be? What's the map look like here? Let's walk alongside the river here. Go for the mage here. Then run away. Let's focus our attack on the bowman next. An asshole. We took quite some damage, but made it out alive. Take that any day. A little bit of food, not really enough to make up for how long we'll actually be required to sleep to recover from this battle, but some way towards it though. We have an oily rack here with 2 charges. This one has an additional 2. I'll use it. What are these, like 9? 9 and 19. Yeah. Fine. We'll camp until we're healed. We took quite a bit of damage. And, what I can only guess are more literal boxes here. Bones of the dead can be used to trap the living. Can they now? What's this? bones of the dead can be used to trap the living. I have no idea what this could be. Nor is there really much of a hint here. But it's easy when you know what it is. It's snares. Do we have a full complement of these now? Yes, we do. Can you only bounty 12 of them together? We have 18 here. How many do we have here? 18 and 9. We can combine these two. That leaves us one that only has 3. Leave that. Take this instead. Hey there, Gleaser, welcome in. I saw you were streaming earlier, couldn't catch your stream. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. So far tonight we've mostly been spending our energy on these endless puzzles. Endless mortal puzzles. That's really been what we've been up to tonight. Though we are searching for some sort of infernal machine. Late shift, a wise choice. When it is stout, people gladly tread. When it is thin, people walk in dread. One would assume this has something to do with daylight. Could also be something like a path or a road of some sort. 6 letters. These really are rather difficult, all of them. It is thin, people walk in dread. Why is that? Unless you have some ideas, I'll have to Google this one as well. Cringe? Yes. It's not cringe though, but it's a fitting word. Bridge. A solid idea. Thank you, Silenced Pizza. Not so silenced at the moment. Welcome in. Thanks for the tip. Food. We can always use food. Do we have any? Crossbows are actually in decently good condition, but could do is transport is over. Use it on the crossbow. Transport it back. Bring the torch back. leave the torch and take the restorative. Yeah, cringe is significantly funnier. Okay. Already covered this one. We already covered this one. Or did we? Which one did we already take? There are 3 boxes. That's the bridge one. We already sold that one. This was what? This is a mirror, right? Some of these are very easy, some of them are incredibly difficult. At least to me they are. Might not be to everybody. Grey tower plate. Armor mod 40% with a 3 blessing. Better than this one for sure. Although this one isn't half bad either. It's 30 with a 3 blessing, although it's not as strong as either this one or this one. It's slightly better anyway. That was the first one we came across. Like, this was this was some sort of trap. What was this again? It was forgotten already. We just solved this one. Snares, right? I think I left. I left some restoratives in here, I think. Yeah, I did. Let's take them. The game is giving us a lot of restoratives. It sort of worries me at the moment. We're headed for massive trouble, probably. Although the going so far has been mostly slow. It's mostly been riddle solving. Continue walking. A southerly direction here. Past the river. That's Opkar. I too have difficulties. I am Opkar. Perhaps it may be that we can help one another. Perhaps. We'll see. You're assuming quite a bit. I don't think any of us have good reason to trust you, Marie-Droll. Just now, you all felt a pelt of my stones, each which hit your heads just as easily as would have a Marie-Droll throwing knife. If I had wished you harm, you would have already been dead. Speak the kingdom tongue remarkably well, handy skill for a spy. We cannot trade our goods with the traders who come from the kingdom or from far-off places. If we speak only our native tongue, it would seem it is beneath them to learn our language. Granted, I'm still listening. There is a device which is being used by the Telecon to invade this wood. If it is left operational, it will mean utter defeat for you. If Telecon succeeds in his goal, he will use whatever it is hidden in Saturn to gain the power that had eluded Mormatimus's grasp. It will mean a new tyranny for your kingdom and for mine. We already know about the device. Let it out of one of the field captains that attacked North Warden. If you really mean to help us, tell us where to find it. On a peninsula where the rivers meet, it is accessible only by passing through an illusion of a mountain created by the Six. Though I am not sure from here where it is located. I've been looking for a magical artifact since I slipped out of the camp. Artifact? For what purpose? Shortly after they began staging soldiers through the rift, I discovered the gate could be disrupted by something they called a wani, a word foreign to me. I found such an item on a magician who was guarding the gate. Before I slew him, I discovered if thrown into the maelstrom of the gate, it would cause it to collapse. I had thought it permanently destroyed. Telecon has a number of tricks up his sleeve, so I do think we might be able to find another of these devices. From what little I've learned before I slew the magician, they are necessary in the creation of a gate. If one is to build a bridge, it is usually wise to bring more planks of wood than necessary in case one should snap. Seems to be a reasonable assumption. Now it's just a matter of locating this wani who would have them. If any would know, it would be the leader of the rear guard, Morulf. He has his troops preparing themselves for the final advance near the southern tip of this wood. Then I suppose it's time we went and had a talk with him. Jimmy. Do you propose we simply walk up to him and ask for this device that will destroy his campaign? Good night, Gleeser. Thanks for coming in. You sleep well. See you here tomorrow. Yeah, that's a bold plan. Walk into their camp and just start asking questions and hope no one notices that we're not their kin and human to boot. Not without saying hello first. We'll pose as Quickians and hope he doesn't see through us. Of this chaos, he can't possibly know everyone in all his companies. An admirable gamble, I approve. You would. Hear that, Lucky? Morital approves. Must be a good idea. Let's get moving before I regain my common sense. Pie you up, car. It's a terrible idea. I love it. So, onwards south we go. Don't really have very much space for this. We could maybe take one of them. Perhaps two. Never use these arrows anyway. There's a grave here as well. What did the tombstone say? Aslin Makus, all who knew her loved her. We love her as well. What a lovely ruby. We don't really need this anymore. Alas. Hey there, Taco. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. We're grave robbing here at the moment. Because we can. Those damn things again. See if we can have Petrus run away a little bit here. No match for these things, and undoubtedly end up dead. We can't run away. Good chance we'll all end up poisoned anyway. Yeah, this is a crackingly good game. So, in parts it's very difficult. These things usually don't carry much of anything. I guess scorpions aren't don't really have any pockets. We were going south before we were rudely interrupted here. Or at least trying to. Is this the direction from where we came before? Yeah, it is. It is indeed. The 3D graphics in this game have not really aged very well, but the 2D and the music is still pretty nice. I did for trouble here. Bridge was heavily guarded. Several goblins eyed them suspiciously as they approached. Delacan has sent us to help guard the rift machine, shouted James in a gruff voice. One of the goblins turned to the others and James thought he heard the words "quicken mercenaries." This was followed by some laughter which died down almost as quickly as it had begun. "What's the password?" demanded the goblin. James looked confident. Delacan gave us a special password himself, he said. I hope you're familiar with it. I'd hate to be in your hides if you're not. The new password is Sathanon. The goblin considered this for a moment, then shouted, "It is a very bad day for liars. Prepare to die, kingdom dogs." It's not gonna be a great day, is it? Sometimes you are aided by the silly mechanics of this game, though. The enemy just hit himself. Now, if we're going to eye some way of getting out of this mess, we're going to have to guard the magician pretty closely and try to get him out of range so they don't kill him as they've done now. We might make it through this if we manage to do that. Right now the enemy is just doing us all a favor, and the archer is basically shooting his own men at a breathtaking pace, which is helping us quite a bit. Yeah, run away, you coward. We're down 2, so that's a bad plan. Let's see if we can do a little bit better here. One way we could potentially do something about this where was that spell that allowed us to hide or disguise ourselves? I guess that wasn't. Guess we didn't have Petrus when we gained that spell. That must have been Owen. That means that would have to try to survive this fight with as little damage as we can. Let's go for this archer. If we can take him out. Let's have Petrus back down here a little bit. He's already poisoned, of course, as he would be. Of course, he's utterly useless in battle when he can't cast a spell. Getting badly pummeled here at the moment. Let's see whether we can improve our odds here by using magical abilities to enhance ourselves before this fight. This is a tough fight, and we might end up with just one member standing anyway. The more we get hit, the more inaccurate we become, the lesser chances of getting out of this alive. It's obvious that James's armor is by far the best at this point in the game. Down goes James as well, though. Let's see what we can do. We have some options. Do have some options. Now this is something that Petrus definitely needs. How is his health, by the way? Is he at full health at the moment? Yeah, pretty much. He's at full health. Doesn't get much better for him, at least. Do have the accuracy potion. Take one of those. We have some of the strength potion as well. Please take one of those. Let's back this for a moment. Oops. Poison the blade. That will help us a little bit as well. As prepared as we'll ever be. Let's see whether this tilts the odds in our favor. That would at least improve our chances. Take down the archers if we can. Try to get Petrus out of sight here if we can as well. Well, that sometimes is just not possible. Okay, Petrus is now standing by himself. That's a pretty good option for us. Means that potentially he'll be able to cast some magic. Let's see. We need to get him unpoisoned as soon as we can. He's basically near death's door at this point. We can heal him now. Just this single coward left here, and he's trying to run away. I think we'll take it. A single person was poisoned. None of us are dead. We made it through, although Petrus has like 3 hit points left. He's still healable with 3 hit points, which he would not be. Which he would not be had it dipped further down. Let's use some of the restorative to bring him up slightly. We have quite a bit of it, so we don't have to burn as many rations. And let's use the rations. Oh, damn it. What happened here? There was something wrong with him when we rested, and got screwed pretty badly. I should have saved immediately after the battle. Is some of his food spoiled? Is that or poisoned? No, he must have been poisoned, but I didn't notice. So much for that. I have to repeat this. This is the only downside to resting like this. Game doesn't stop resting. But when you're in a precarious situation like that, just keeps resting until you're basically dead. Which is not great. He's already poisoned and he's already at like 20 health. Of course he is. Don't really have enough to cast Evil Seek at this point. Try to just rest here, see if we can make it through. Only 3 of them remaining. So we're pretty close to beating this battle. Yeah, we'll get out of this alive. Though I don't think we'll catch up with this guy. Nope. We'll take it again. He's poisoned. Was Locklear is also poisoned, just as he was before. I just didn't notice that he was. Have to park this armorer's hammer here so we can move some of this stuff. We can get the anti-venom over here. We can pick it up again. Didn't mean to do this. I was going to back things up a bit. Find the bag. I put here somewhere. Where's the bag? It's here. Fine. Now to restore our health a little bit. Actually did a little bit better in the actual fight now than we did last time. Bring him up to close to 50. And rest the rest of the way. That saves quite a bit on the rations. Well, we can resupply ourselves with the rations from the dead soldiers. Check if they're poisoned though before we just randomly take them. Found more of the telltale milk. We'll take those. Same guy, right? Yeah. Are there 2 or 3 guys here? I think there are actually 3 of them. Sometimes difficult to tell them apart in a pile like this. This is definitely the one we've searched before, but I think there's actually another corpse over here. He just happened to have exactly the same stuff on him. Possibly. This guy have. Think of real value. Well, they know we're here at least. The goblins guarding the bridge are dead. Let's hike our way over there. Continue with this parent suicide plan. It's another of these Moritral boxes. I'll have to cast a spell before we're able to read the runes. Though a tasty treat made in spiral towers, rarely will it be eaten alone. Honey. Yeah. More oilcloth. We spent some of ours earlier. I have a single charge one left here. take the one with 4 judges and bring it over here. Trade the one that has 4 judges to one that has 1. And then we'll do a little grave robbing here as well. Jared Jester stood beneath the wrong tree. Arlen Shepherd threw a stone at a dragon. Ah, nice. Very nice. We just spent our last one. These combat items are a lot more valuable at this present moment in time than the shelves, which are really only about gaining additional money. The shoes are useful. They increase our stealth ability. I forget exactly how much it is, but it is quite a bit. And I think might actually be him that needs it the most. Although Locklear isn't doing too hot either. Let's see. If he doesn't have the shoes on him, he's at... His stealth is at 42%. But if I move it over, he's at 72%. He's at 35%, yeah. So I was right in that stealth shoes are highly useful. Put them on him. Potentially it's enough to be able to sneak into the camp, perhaps not. Are we out of shovels? We are in fact out of shovels. How unfortunate. No more grave digging for us at the moment, at least. The A4000T is pretty great. I usually stream from it on Wednesdays, but my wife has been doing a course at the university, so my Wednesday streams have been a bit lacking. I haven't been on Wednesdays for a bit now. And I do use it quite a bit. Not a good idea to take these Russians, they're all poisoned. This is a dead end. It's sometimes very hard to see in this 3D representation exactly where you can go in this landscape. There's trouble up ahead. Three of these guys. Seen worse. That wasn't too hard. And, of course, Petrus is poisoned, as he always is. And he's the one that needs the most healing, as he always does. He really is a nuisance of a character. He's very weak. He's a decently good magician, but he's just so weak. Some of the Kaltari poison. We do have some of it. I wonder. Combines, yes it does. Okay. Combined just fine. And then there's an emerald. Don't really need another whetstone. So I'll trade the ruby with the emerald, or the shell with the emerald. It's a far better proposition. It's in the hole. A shell. Another ruby. A little bit of food. Don't really have any space for all of these rubies, but we can swap. Nowhere does it say thou shalt not swap. This is the one that we already checked out, right? No. This one is not. These are spoiled. We take them. This is the one we already checked out. This body we already checked out. Sometimes rather difficult to tell which bodies you've already plundered and which you haven't touched yet. More herbs would make us some KFC at this point. Lots of herbs and spices. A little bit of extra rations. We'll take them. I think we're supposed to be traveling south. I think that's the plan. And we also need to be able to find our way there. Would really be best to navigate using this interface, but if you do that, you miss a great deal. With this one thing alone, you will have defeated even the strongest foe. Courage. Oh. It's not courage. Starts with an A, a V, an S, or a T. So many of these puzzles in this stream. I don't know how many we've had so far, but there have been quite a few. What on earth is this supposed to be? It's not cunning or courage. There's no C. It's not something like strength either. It wouldn't even make sense. It's not patience. It's not stealth. Feel free to offer suggestions in chat. You think it's victory? Might be victory. Missed it. Didn't see it. Victory. Ton of food here. And our note, is it all poisoned? Probably is. It looks like it is. Yes, it is. What does the note say? Kind of need to read this note. You need to get at this note. It means it's super annoying that you can't just read the note while it's in the chest, that you have to drag it to the inventory to be able to read it. We have to back out and leave something in a bag here so we can pick up this note and read it. And then reopen this thing. Might have to... Oh, okay. A hint is obviously bullshit because you have victory, you've already won. Right? Well, the hint is misleading, at least at best. What does the note say? To whom it may concern, I have found your interesting device and became fearful that someone less honest than myself would steal such a beautiful piece of art. If you wish to retrieve this item, please come and see me at my house in the Dimwood, and I will be more than glad to see to it that you receive it back. You will find it. It is a short journey due north of this chest. Yours truly, Philip of the Dimwood. Okay. Okay, Philip. Fine. You do you. There are more of these. Of course, we have to cast the spell again. What does this one say? It says a strange earthen house that brings north but disdain. Yet those who stay there never do complain. Is this a crypt? Oh. It's not a crypt, it could be a grave. It is a grave. Or anti-venom. That's very, very valuable to us right now. Or poison for the blades as well. Probably able to combine those. Yeah, we can. Or poison. We can also combine that. can eventually trade the whetstone that we have. This has something like 19 charges with this one. Leaving 3 of the anti-venom behind, we have a complement of 12 here. I think I'll rather leave the torch behind. We can always use magic instead of the torch, but there is no magic to use in place of the poison. We have no way of curing the poison at the moment, at least. Twins on either side of a ridge that smells. They shall never see each other directly. That's a nose. Funny how some of these are just a really... It's not a nose. Ears. Yeah. It's not ears. Eyes. It's funny how some of these are relatively simple while others are very difficult. Maybe it's like we already mentioned in the stream. Josh was here earlier. I told him that whatever you know the answer to is always easy. The ones you don't know the answer to, they are hard. Maybe they're all of semi-equal difficulty. Now this game is doing a real number on us here because it's very hard to see which one of these we've already done and which remain. Of course, we keep having to recast the magical spell to be able to read them as well. Now this is the one we just did. You see me oft in woods and town with my roots above, I must grow down. My roots above, I must grow down. Weird letters in this as well. icicle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just a little bit of money. I suppose we've gotten them all or what? One over there. It's near impossible to figure out sometimes which one of these you've already solved and which you haven't. The fact that you need to recast a spell every time is super annoying. That's the one that we just solved. There's also one over here. This one we already solved. And there's one here. This one we already solved. And then this one. Yeah, okay. We've solved all 4 of them, it seems. The guy did state that somewhere north he was situated and had a device, whatever that means. Can't go straight north. Or can we? No, not really. Yet another box. Yet another box. This is not a box, this is just a hole. Spoiled and poisoned rations and some quarrels. Largely useless. And trouble. Now, one of the disadvantages of having to cast a spell again and again is that it uses a lot of health points, which means that we need to rest, which burns the rations that we have. Can't go into battle though unprepared. Get the element of surprise, a rare treat. Also means that might be able to cast a maximum power Evil 6 spell. Also a rare treat. Let this guy run away. He escaped relatively easily here. Could certainly be worse. A few picklocks. Rations. potion to restore magical abilities or strengthen magical abilities, more rations, a little bit of money. More rations. Strength potion. A key. Each one of us had the armorer's hammer. Do we still have 2 of them? Yes, we do. This one had more charges, right? Yeah. Like this one. Take that one. This was 40 with a Vital Blessing. This is 55 with no blessing. However, a decently good armor. This is racial modded for a dwarf as well. So it's definitely better armor. We could also have it blessed, thereby improving upon it. So we'll definitely take it. Repair it. That was nice. Is there yet another body here? That's pretty much it. Yeah, inventory space is very, very limited in this game. So ridiculously hard, and it has pretty much no quality of life improvements in that area either. There is no swapping. There's no you can't do anything with items while they're actually in the chest. You can't use something that's in the chest, for example. The only way to really you can't swap items either. You have to have an extra space. It's all made very difficult. It's one of those blasted traps here. So give it some thought. Now we need this cannon to take out this trap. So I guess we push this one. Yeah, you like these. They're a bit weird. Do have a certain charm to them. That worked. I will disable these two. Now we can step in between these lines. I guess we move up here. Do we have the... I We have the space to put them here. Yeah, we probably do. Right, we can. That one will fire, but take care of that, right? No. How dumb can you be? You can't. You're not allowed to. Where were we? Can't forget for a second what it is that you're doing. Did we miss those previously? Might have. Perhaps good that we went back. Yeah, we need this spell. How badly did we do? Yeah, we did pretty badly. Let's restore. Try that again. There might be no way around this. Sometimes there isn't. Try it the third time. No. See what this spell does for us. Stuff this into a bag. If this is the spell that allows us to... This is the spell that allows us to hide. No, it's not. We don't need the spell. We already know it. So I'm not going to waste our energy opening this chest. This one isn't trapped, but it's just a bowstring. We technically don't need at the moment. What are those? Did we accidentally go back, or are we finding yet more of these? We're finding yet more of these. There is a shoemaker in the dell. Makes his shoes with steel and nail. Although his goods last right well, folks need to pair without fail. What's that supposed to mean? What shoes do you need 2 pairs of? Only thing I could think of would be horseshoes, but that's obviously not it. Any ideas? Could this possibly be? If you do like puzzles, there's a lot of puzzles in this stream. This is a word I don't even know. Don't think I've ever heard this word before after googling it. It's a farrier. Now it would be very handy if we could just simply use this right now, but of course we can't. We have to put something in a bag. And then reopen this. And then take the scroll. And learn it. And then pick up the bag again. And remove the items from it. And proceed. There's another chest here. And of course we have to cast the spell again. They have not lips nor tongues, yet lead them green to the pit. And as they die, you will hear them sputter, hiss and spit. Right. What on earth is this supposed to be? logs. Unseen. Mad God's Rage. A bunch of restoratives. More napta. More food. What we'll do here is we'll pack some stuff into a bag. Put both of the herbal packs in a bag. Open the workshop again. Drag the 2 spells here. One of which we already knew. And we'll use quite a few of the restoratives, since we have a bunch of them here. I have to cast a spell again anyway. Copy as much of this as we can. I don't think we can take any more of the food. Pretty much fully packed in terms of food. Back it up. Pick up the herbal packs again. I need to finish some of the restoratives. Taking 2 now. James needs quite a bit of healing as well. Sort of wondering whether I should have him use some of this as well. And we can combine these. That's basically it. We still need to rest a little bit, right? Yeah. It's good. I think that's about as well as we can handle this at the moment. Now, where did that trap go? We were busy solving before I restored, because we were being dumb. We must have walked straight past this last time. Take out this mage. can't hit far enough to. Yeah, we can attack him now. Can't catch up with this guy. He's running away at breathtaking speed. We're already injured enough that we are having major difficulty even getting close to this guy. Near death. Have to redo this one, that's for sure. I think we're basically dead at this point. I would fight out until we die. These battles can turn to your advantage or to your disadvantage very quickly. We need to take down this mage. His ability to run away is uncanny. Maybe we can take advantage of the fact that we're able to cast a poisonous arrow. He might die now with the ricochet from the spell. We're lucky, yeah. That's the mage out of business. And makes the rest of this significantly easier. Not so easy now, is it, guys? See whether we can run after this guy. I doubt it though. Probably successfully run away from us. We did pretty well for ourselves. What a difference a team makes, as they say. How many of these can we actually stock? Or at least. So sure. It's one more rations. That's two. These are also okay. These are poisoned. Leave those. Gold. A key. Restoratives. Single pack of rations. More herbs. Is that it? Only 4 bodies here. Probably hit window. I think we actually managed to avoid this fight last time. I think we went directly here. We're able to avoid this. We're getting to the point where they found the trap. Or are we? It's weird that we can't find this trap now. Really is. Get out of the way. Play do real damage to you. Did we escape unpoisoned? Yes, we did. Lovely. Lovely. We've managed to make it to our road now. Oh, I'm not entirely sure. We're going the right way. An ongoing theme in this game that you never really know where it is that you're supposed to be going. It's what is that? This is a tough fight. Is this what we were looking for? How did we... So, pretty much no chance we'll just make it out of this one without preparing ourselves. I'm just going to have this fight out and lose this battle. Sure, we'll lose it anyway. Oh, James is doing his best here. Doing a fine job, actually. No match for all of these guys. Okay. We'll restore once again. Why are these guys here? Is this the same fight, or are there just lots of these random fights all around the place? Who knows? It was not the same place as the other fight, that's for sure. It's where we fought the scorpions. What's in the chest? Is this enough space? Apparently it is. Peter cracked open the box's lid, engulfed in a coruscating geyser of light which fountained from the interior of the small box. He shouted as he felt himself shot into the air like a crossbow bolt into the blue. Whee! What the hell is this thing? Undoubtedly we need this thing. We'll leave this behind. It's a catapult. Always use a little bit of rope. Ha! A shovel. We don't currently have any. We'll take the shovel in case we need it. The armorer's hammer we do not need. Check this tree stump. Filled with food. Fill up as much as we can. The food. Don't think we're actually lacking much food, but we'll know that it's here. We need to go back and get it. Puzzle remains. What happened to the puzzle we were at earlier? Where on earth was that on the map? Someone on the other side of the river. Hardly going to attack them, are we? Back at this similar location as we were previously. Now, we've been going north for a while now. We came from here. We keep finding ourselves in this fight here. Just have it play out. Maybe there's no escaping this fight. If we don't need to have it, I'd rather skip it. There's at least no chance that we will ever beat this fight without being fully prepared and at least going in, trying to get the element of surprise and preparing ourselves, taking some potions and lathering up our armor with oil and so on. You're not just going to go into this fight with something like 8 goblins and get out of it without some assistance. Roughly near the top of the map. This is the house. This is the direction we came from. I can't see these guys anywhere. Don't see them about here. I'm fairly sure we're missing something because we were supposed to head north from those chests that we found, and we seem to have simply missed something. There's that house, and the guys, the goblins protecting it, are definitely right outside the house. Is this the place we were supposed to find? There's a chance, for sure. Let's try this. Try our hand at this combat without any additional assistance. I doubt we'll make it through this without some further help. Seems very unlikely. Try to engage this guy. I was hoping they would leave Petrus, but no, of course not. He's already at like 20 health, so he's done absolutely nothing of value in this fight so far. Sounds about right. Just getting through this battle alive will be quite a challenge. Getting absolutely pulverized here. There are so many of these guys. One of us and 4 of them. That's great. Okay. Let's see what we can realistically do about this. The Dragonstone we can use on the armor for sure. Swordplay accuracy we can play with a little bit. Need to get rid of some of this stuff to a bag here. We need to swap this over. Probably as much as we can realistically do, although probably waste one whole portion of the defense while on good friend Petrus, and then let's attempt this again. So go fight these archers. They've already done like 50 damage to Petrus. That's half of his hit points gone. A matter of seconds. Guys, a massive nuisance. He has 25 health left. What a weak link. We're definitely doing better on attacking these guys, that's for sure. We might need to pick Petrus up from near death. That might be our only option in this battle. Don't see how we get out of this in any other fashion. As long as it's only Petrus, I think we'll counter blessings really. These guys are tough as nails. Quite a few of them. What's the status like? Locklear is poisoned. Oh, we can certainly fix that. Hey there, One Man Conquer, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. We're really struggling in this game right now. So we are trying. Anti-venom down our throats. Petrus is actually not poisoned. He's just very badly damaged. At 75% near death now. Now he's at 55. This is basically the worst thing that could possibly happen, but there is a vial of restoratives somewhere nearby. What I don't want to do right now is I don't want to waste a bunch of sleeping now, because we would need to use a serious amount of rations to sleep this off. Take days. Basically at normal now, so if we could counter at the situation with the rest of them. Yeah, now we rest. We left some rations, so we can get some of these rations back. Not done with these guys either. There are more of them. There's at least one other of these battles left. Guess we should prepare better for it. At least finish this up before we wrap up the stream. Try to get out of these battles without getting totally banged up. Slightly less of them in this case, but still quite a few. Use the same tricks as we did before. This is where the armor items that we've been collecting, the oil comes in handy. Yeah, I absolutely hate that guy. He's always basically unconscious. He was making some death threats earlier in the game, and I thought to myself, yeah, we could probably blow at you and you would fall down and die. So the trick is here, I'll use one of these for Petrus and will slightly improve his defense. Won't be stellar, but it never is. Then I'll have each of these take a sip of this. I need to get rid of this to make space. James hasn't taken the red vial yet. Locklear hasn't taken the yellow one. And we're good with the armor on this side, but we need to reapply the Dragonstone over here. And need to reapply the oil over here and over here as well. That's probably what we realistically can do here. Can't do much more than this. Of course, they go straight for Petrus, as they always do. The difference here is really that usually when we've taken this amount of potion, we can take these guys in a single blow if we don't miss, which does help, sure. this is not going terribly well for us at the moment. Despite our best efforts here, we're getting pulverized at the moment. I suppose that could turn pretty quickly. When Petrus reverts to his natural state, James is down. Locklear is the last standing. I think he's going to go down as well. Yeah. Okay, we got pretty unlucky here. We are pretty much bound to have. We need to have a little bit better luck than this. We need to have a slightly better roll of the dice than we just had. Go after the damn archers first. What if this guy? That is a doornail. That leaves Petrus. This changes things drastically. We're suddenly able to actually use Petrus to do some damage, which completely alters the fight. A random number generator is a pretty big component in these battles. But yeah, that went significantly better. Hey there, Retropunter. Welcome home from work. We've been at this for a while now. We're been in a pretty... It was relatively easy going for a large part of the stream, but we've had some tough battles right now. We've had to claw our way out of this. Spoiled rations, we'll leave them. A boy hurried from the house. Dressed in a squire's colours, he made haste as he closed the distance between them, his expression revealing he was more than a little happy to see them. If he got heavy breaths, he waved to them. Squire Philip, please do not leave us yet, seniors. In ordinary circumstances, I wouldn't be empowered to ask for your aid. Our forces are spread rather thin at the moment. We need everybody we can get to aid in this effort, whether you've sworn an oath to the secret garrison at Sethanon or not. Sethanon garrison, I never heard Arutha mention anything about troops being stationed near Sethanon, and you're far too young for senior duty. How old do you think I am? 18, maybe 19 summers, about the same age as a squire we know from Tyburn. While Count Bellifer's son Owen was taking his first baby steps, my wife and I already had a son for 3 years. I'm 37 years summers old and I hold the rank of captain in the Kingdom Army. My commander noticed how young I looked, even as a veteran officer. He struck on the idea that I would make an ideal career for the secret garrison. Sink me, a spy for the kingdom. Even if things you say about yourself are true, the rest of your story is impossible. Arutha would have told me about the secret garrison. Has he ever explained to you why there's an absolute ban on visitation to Sethanon? Can you recall any other occasion in which Prince Arutha or King Liam have forbidden people to visit battle sites? No, but I always assumed he wished to keep it as a memorial to the battle there. A memorial that cannot be visited by its veterans you're trying to rationalize, and you're not even the members of the garrison are allowed near Sathron unless an armed force approaches. Your orders are to destroy any who come against it, and now I must find a way to get word to them that the Moridor are advancing. Do you have any ideas on the subject? I don't know how my friend Locklear here feels, but I would appreciate it if you could point us towards a decent meal. We've had trouble finding anything to eat. Not surprising, we've had evidence the Moridor were spying on Sathron for several months now, and it's logical to assume they've been stripping the local resources to pave the way for this attack. They pulled the same trick the last time they headed to Sathron. We anticipated something was up and took the liberty of making some of our own provisions. Melindy has graciously lent us the use of her house for a while to store goods. Take what you need, but please no more. We are far short of necessities. If you keep an eye out for the old tree trunks, you'll find some of the rations we've stored against this possibility. I would be careful if I were you. Some of them have likely gone bad by now. We found your note in the Moridal chest. You still have the Vani that was in it. If you mean the magical device, yes, though neither I nor Melindy have been able to find out what it's used for. We were hoping it could be used against the Moridal somehow. No toad-sticking witch could figure how. Surani and probably one of those infernal greater path objects. Pampas little buggers made up the whole new magic just to make my liver itch. Though she might have said it differently, I believe Melindy would agree. She's still studying it intensely. I'll fetch it before you leave. Interesting. Need to get back to our mission. Will you be able to hold things together here? Unless another band of goblins come around, I should be alright. I need to stay here and keep an eye on the supplies, but you'll be welcome if you need to come back. It's appreciated. Farewell, Squire. Shall we rate these bodies? I guess this is the guy that we were looking for. Although it really doesn't explain the puzzle unless there's a chance that we restoratives. We somehow skip the puzzle. Once again, it's quite difficult sometimes to especially when there's this many of them, to actually find the right one. This is a pretty nice little quarrel. Take the fire ones. Place them with this one. These are highly accurate and cause a good deal of damage as well. Certainly come in handy. More restoratives. More Napta as well. We've barely used the Napta. So we have that left if we need to use it. It's a good quality, good condition dragon plate armor. Better condition than this one for sure. This one is steel fire though. This one is not. We'll leave this one. This one is still in pretty good condition, and we can still repair it as well. Did we already check all of these guys? There are so many of them all huddled up together as well. Definitely haven't checked this one. More Russians. More restoratives. More herbal packs. Another pile of enemies. Yet more rations. Is it possible to see which one is which here? This big pile. At least 4 or 5 of them here. Obviously haven't checked this one. This is really the dangerous bit about all of this, because here's a red wheat brew, which is something we desperately need. These are 15 plus 10, while these are what? Yeah, so far lesser arrow. This one. Take this one instead. This is what happens if you don't double and triple check all of this. You miss this. It's a very bad idea. All the supplies we can get, and then some. These we've checked before. Potentially all of them. Not sure. Not this one. Not so sure. Russians. Just making at least sure none of these are poisoned. 2 packs here. All of them okay. Buckler is carrying the bulk of this. Add a remainder to his stock. Still have a little bit of space left. We can fill our water pouches. And will help a little bit with the health. And rest a bit. We've earned it. And we can see what's on this body. What's this? Ale cask. Cassian ale. Interesting. Yay, booze. Yeah. Friday night booze-a-thon. Now, what do we drop to make room for the booze? We finally get rid of this item that we really don't need. Held on to it for a long time. It's an old quest item. What does this do? Shall we see if we can use it? James wiggled a small cask's cork loose. I'm sure his abilities have somehow been raised. He's 23% drunk, which means what? I have no idea. Guess we'll find out at some point. So, go in the house. This is quite a stockpile. Huge amount of restoratives. Some anti-venom. Some venom for the blades. A whetstone. A bunch of shovels. A bowstring. bunch of quirrels, lots of rations. Our armorer's hammer, a thick bowstring, 3 packs of herbal pouches. Nice. I think this is where we pack in for the night. Let's see who's on, who we might raid. I think the overall we've had a decent success. It's at least been worse. Ash is playing Donkey Kong Country. We're going to raid Ash. Because she's the best. Set it up. Thanks for coming in, guys. Sticking with me. Almost to the end, pretty much. I'll back again here tomorrow with Might and Magic 6. And we'll have lots of fun that tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for coming in, Retro Punter. Stick with me for the raid. So, see you guys here tomorrow. Until then, you enjoy the rest of your night. Sleep well. I'll see you later.